Hello and welcome back to Sean's Scrapbook. Today we're going to talk about a concept that's kind of been making the rounds in the Simply Project Life Facebook group. The concept of creating a page within a page. And then a little extra twist on that is something that one of the Simply Project Life members, Julie Schaden, I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Yeah, Julie Schaden, had to look up her name there real quick. She's put a twist on the page within a page concept by creating a page within a page, but then adding an overlay over the top of that. So we'll get into how to do each of those things here in this video. So the concept of creating a page within a page is to utilize the amount of space that you have on the page for photos or journaling or whatever. I tend to be quite photo heavy in the pages that I create, so I want to get as many photos as I can on a page and then just use maybe one, maybe two spots for journaling. So let's just kind of show you an example here. I've created a page here. I've got the photos that I want on the page. I've got my journaling on there, and I want to use this big open spot to put more photos, but there wasn't a template that had a spot for more photos in the orientation that I wanted. So I'm going to create a whole different page and then bring it into this empty spot and fill that will be my page within this larger page. So to show you that, I've created this second page that I'm going to put in that hole. So I've got mostly photos, well, all photos in this page. Got two larger photos, two smaller photos, but I want to put these into my other page. That sounds confusing, probably confusing you, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to export this page as a 12 by 12. I'm going to save it to my camera roll. Now that it is saved as a quote-unquote photo, I can now bring that into this empty slot, just like I would a normal photo. So now you see I've got that smaller page within my larger page. I've maximized the number of photos that I have on my page. I've just got my one journaling card that covers what I want it to cover. And that's one way that you can get a lot of photos onto a single page. If you don't find a template that has the number or the size or the configuration of card slots that you need. Just build a page within a page. So to do this, this method that I've just shown you, you'll have to just use a template that has a large square. Remember, I started off with this large square opening. So I'm going to fit my second whole page into that large square opening. So just think in the concept of my pages are square. So if I want to build a page within a page, I've got to have a large square left open. Okay, another thing that you can do is you can do the same page within a page concept with a rectangular opening. This is one of the Big Shot templates that has two larger rectangles and four smaller rectangles that create our page. Now, the thing to think about here is in this large empty spot, all I can do is put a photograph. You'll see that all I've got is that photo picker icon there in the corner. I couldn't put a Project Life card in this slot because if we think about this whole page as a 12 by 12 size, then that empty opening is 8 inches tall by 6 inches wide. And Project Life cards are not configured for that 8 by 6 measurement. They're configured for 2 by 3 or 4 by 6, but not 8 by 6. So if I wanted to use an overlay in this configuration, I'm going to have to build that outside of this page. But that's okay because we're making a page within a page. So I'm going to start with a blank page, and I'm going to use design template D, And I'm going to put 3 photographs in these orange slots. One of them I'm going to leave empty, and I'm going to put photos in the other 3. So I have some photos from the Hippogriff ride at Harry Potter Land that I want to use. Okay, so I've got my 3 photos that I want to use. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to export these. Now, everything that I've left blank, let me go back. Everything that I've left blank on this page is going to automatically fill in with whatever background color I have chosen in the Project Life app. In this case, that's white. So everything is going to be filled in white around these photos. So I'm going to export it as a 12 by 12. Yes, I know it's incomplete. Save it to my camera roll. Now, what I want to do so that I can use an overlay is I'm going to go into my collage section and I'm going to pick this 4x6B template because I know if I click onto the page to add something to it, I have the option to put in my photo or to put in a Project Life card. The card that I want to use, let's put in my photo first. I'm going to put in this. You'll see that it put in all my extra space as white. I'm just going to pinch and drag that till it's centered on my page, my photo. Now I want to add an overlay to that. This is the Julie Schaden method here where you add your overlay. I'm going to use this overlay that says "This Rules." This is from the Project 12 2019 June overlay. And you can see it as that overlay. It kind of puts a border around it, kind of cuts into the photos a little bit. That's okay. I think that looks kind of cool. And then it says "This Rules" on the side. Not a huge fan of "This Rules" as a design element on my page, but I can actually cover that up with some freeform text. Click on the pencil icon here on the top left. It's going to bring up my keyboard where I can add. I'm just going to use a capital letter I because that's just a plain white rectangle, and I'm going to enlarge it a little bit and just cover up where it says "This Rules." I'm going to have to add a second one of those. I'm going to do, I don't know why this keyboard doesn't work correctly, but add another capital letter I. I have to go a little bit bigger, just kind of stretch it with that circle button. I'm going to cover it up. And now I can add with a third freeform text box whatever wording I want to go out over that. So I can actually change to a black colored font. And I'm going to add, oh, dang it. I didn't add my third box. I changed the last one I did. So let's change that back to white. All right. Click my freeform text button again. Click the blue plus button here in the middle of my screen on the right. That'll give me a third box. That's what I wanted. Change my font to black. And I'm going to put flight of the on one line and Hippogriff, because that was the name of the ride, on the other. Now that's not going to fit, so I can finagle with my line spacing here. I can finagle with the centering options. I can even finagle with the font I want to use. Maybe separate that out a little bit. All right. So now I've got my pocket that I'm going to use within my other page made. So I'm going to now export this and save it as a photo. Close out of that, go back into my page and put that page here within this larger page. Bring in that photo that I've just created. So now I've got a page within a page that has an overlay that I've kind of doctored up with freeform text using the Julie Schaden method from the Simply Project Life group. She's the one who came up with this, throwing an overlay into the mix when you're making a page within a page. So just a different way that you can utilize the space on your page, adding additional photos where there may not be slots for photos necessarily within your template, kind of tricking the Project Life app, maximizing your space, creating a fun little effect with an overlay. So that was what I wanted to show you how to do here today, page within a page. So give it a try, leave your questions in the comments, and we'll see you next time.